Hello everyone, Latiste here. As I'm finishing up my bowl of pasta, I'm realizing a lot of underlining themes in my readings. Death. Death of the old, death of an idea, death of how you should, let's me express your feelings, let's begin. Just death of the old self. And it's death, a reawakening, a change, a revamp, a vitalization of self, right? And so it made me realize, what is a funeral? But a celebration of a big final death, of the biggest end, of the biggest let go, of the biggest so forth and have you, right? It's the death. So many endings are happening. The endings to a mentality, the endings to relationships, the endings to, just so much death has been following my reading. And I feel like that is such a core part about spirituality is death, the end, continuous completion of so much, a continuous restart. I remember I wrote years ago. Let me go grab my phone so I can quote it correctly. Back. I don't know why it went dark and then light again. Okay, there we go. I put at every moment that you have a change, a shift, it's your birthday. Every time you get a new enlightenment, that's your birthday. It's not just one day of like, oh, this is the day that you were born. That's more of a remembrance. It's like an annual celebration. It's not your actual birthday. You weren't born that day. That's why they say a solar return, year around the sun, all those things, right? Because it's the recognition that we have so many births in life. So many births in life, whether we realize it or not. At each moment when you are deciding to put yourself first, that's a birthday. That's a new you. That's a new action, a new person. When you decide to change, shift anything, when you rethink, when you change the mold, when you don't put up with something anymore, when you decide that you're able and capable of love. I hate this thing. There we go. When you're able and capable of love, that's birth. When you are accepting of new things that you feel like you weren't able to, that's your birth. And it's the death of the old. I realized as I was eating this bowl of pasta, that the day we were born is also the day that we died. The day that we came into this world is also the day that we died. And the day that we die is also the day that we were born. Right? When we came out, whether by C-section or birth in the womb, water hospital, whatever, doula, whatever, breached or whatever, premature or whatever, you also had a death. You also had a death. Death of an old way of feeling, a death of an environment, death of circumstances. You were now birthed into something that was unknown. And you had the death of what was known, that comfort, that safety, that warmth, that incubation. It died. Whether you feel like you can conceptualize a thought, it's a child, it's a baby. It was a death and a birth at the same time. When you die and people are talking at your funeral and, talking about all the things that you've done and all that stuff, how you lived your life, it's also your birthday. It's a celebration of how you lived. I'll say when you were here, the birth of life that you gave to all these people. The birth of life, the inspiration, the truth, even when people show up at the funeral and cause a drama, that's mine, it's still the birth of something, birth of information. When you were born, it was the death of who your mother used to be, whether she had kids before you or not. I learned recently that they do a ritual that when a mother first bleeds when she's having a child, they take that first drop, her friends take the first drop and they bury it. And they cry over who she used to be. And then they go back. Because they realize it's the death of an old and the birth of a new. So when we truly take this all into account, when we truly take this all into understanding, we are constantly going through birthdays. We're constantly going through funerals each and every day of our lives. Each and every moment, each and every feeling of a setback. Like, truly think about, when you think about how far you come, you think about how much shit you done started, how much shit you done ended. And though I don't even think that way no more, I don't feel that way no more, I don't do that anymore. A lot of my friends, I don't know when we started being friends, we're just friends. When it was, I don't know. I can't tell you the time that we were born. But I'll tell you that we've had many deaths, we have many funerals with each other, and many birthdays with each other. And not just the ones that are inaugural annual. There's been so many deaths in my readings. Such a change and shift in how life works. And how it has been working. Is recognizing that I'm constantly creating, restoring, reusing, conducting, shifting, moving, orchestrating, releasing, so many things. For the death, speaking of death, karmic path, Saturn on the card, Saturn returns. It's the realization that we take so much into our own hands, into our own minds, into our own thoughts. I'm hearing that Jhené Aiko song, I'm putting on my favorite dress, the one you hated, said I look naked in. Because it's the realization of, hold up, wait a minute. With the end of something, I can really truly be me. Sometimes you have to take that realization that when there's a death and the ending of something, what is about to be born? Because on the day I was born, I also died. On the day that I died, I was also born. Whether that be through the lies of other people speaking about me, my spirit going up. They literally say when you die, not just the excrements that come out, but after everything has been released, it's like something, your body weighs less, almost like something comes out. Right? It's a lot of death and rebirths happening, going on, shifting, changing, moving. The realization of that and allowing that to be the true climax. When people go through they side of return, it really is pushing them to what are you willing to birth and die. Release, let go of, shift, change. Now I have my cucumber sucking up all my water. What are you willing? What are you willing to do? Because at a lot of moments, you can have a death and a birth, and it has been just so prominent. It's a continuous evolution, a continuous growth, a continuous shift, a continuous dive into self at each moment of each time. Recognizing that a karmic path is just, okay, how am I going to dead what is not truly here, present, aligned, working, and what is? We got good fortune. We got good fortune. I immediately thought of the story of Job. I have really strong conflictions with that story. That story can put me into a rage rampage because what the fuck? But with this good fortune on this karmic path next to each other, this is letting me know. And the story of Job in my head is like, okay, the abundance that I have is a part of my karmic path. Good fortune depends on who you fucking talking to. Good fortune for some people is having money, financial stability, financial wisdom, savings, being able to do certain things. Good fortune to somebody else is being able to have a family, a romantic relationship, being able to grow with that and pass down their lineage. Good fortune to somebody else is knowledge, information, travel. It's the birth, continuous birthdays, continuous celebrations of self that happen. That's why depending on which culture you look at when they celebrate funerals, it look like they're having a party. Because it is. It's the end of that journey on here, on this plane, on this realm. Whether it's reincarnation or not, it's still a death. But it's the birth of so many people. I'm thinking about recently, the most recent death I experienced is my great grandma. When she died, she birthed so much inside of people. Again, new ideas, new feelings, a new way of living without her. That was all birthdays. We all became new people, new children. That was fortunate in the most crazy way. Even though she literally said the time that she was going to go to the day and everything, and she did it on that night. Said, they called me home, I'm going home now, they called her. But she used to be a tobacco spitting, cursing the church before she became a pastor. Don't try me and I won't try you. She still was that woman, but just different. Like I said, as she went through some birthdays herself, it allows that shift. And I think sometimes that's why, myself included, some people have struggles with birthdays. It's like, damn, this another. It's always going to be a birthday happening. Whether it is on my actual birthday, July 4th, or it's on a Wednesday tomorrow. New life, new energy, new creation means that there has to be an ending of something. A change of something. A shift. the way that you think, the way that your focus is going. Whether you're on a Saturn return or not, whether you feel like you are operating correctly in your karmic path or not, you can always, always expand. You can always grow, shift, remove. I talked about it on here before that there is a mental disorder where people feel like they are dead already. Not no depression, like they literally feel like they are dead. They died already, so they stop feeding themselves, stop bathing, stop sleeping, stop doing so many things. It's like, I'm not here. There's no point. There's no sense in that. Well, when you recognize that mental disorder side, bless those people, help those people out there. But it's that realization that some people do that without that being a mental disorder. They feel that way. There's no point. It's how society is always going to be. It's how it always was. I can't change anything. I can't do anything. I'm supposed to feel burnt out. I'm supposed to feel tired. I'm supposed to feel irritated but not being able to do anything. I'm supposed to feel sad and not being able to express it. I'm supposed to be hurt and abused because I'm a woman. All these things. I'm supposed to be braggadocious and confident and belittled because I'm a man. When people start deading those ideas, it's a rebirth. We talk about rebirths, and I like that rebirths are birthdays. That phoenix, that cherry rising, it's a birthday. That's why it's so important to celebrate self, to look at self, to trust self, to believe in self, to recognize that I don't need to come from a sense of harm. I need to come from a sense of what is good fortune to me? What is life and death to me? Go ahead and explain death to a child. Don't just go to a random child and start explaining, but you know what I'm saying? Explain death to a child. What is it? And as soon as you be like, well, this person is no longer here. Oh, like when I lost this, and they'll compare it to something else that is similar to death to them, an ending to them. Just like fortune is different for you, death is different to people. Endings, shifts, change. Fire energy. Funny, I mentioned the phoenix. It's a flame, it's a fire inside of you, a burning energy. They say our electrons are fire, that's electricity coming in here, sending all those messages, radiating. Has anybody ever heard of spontaneous human combustion? Where literally they say they can't, obviously, because it's spontaneous, so you can't watch and see how it happens, and it's very rare. But apparently, it's the fat heating up itself in your body, and your fat is like a wick, and it lights itself on fire. And I'll show you. And that's how I feel like it is. It's sometimes a spontaneous human combustion of your life, of your mindset, of recognizing that at any moment in time you can really switch, shake, change everything up, remove, celebrate. It's your birthday. You can cry if you want to, because sometimes it's hard. It's a little hurtful. It's a little crazy. We got a new life coming in here. You cannot fit into the same shoes that you wore when you was in first grade. You are a new being. It's the end, it's the old that has ended. On a broader scale, new boundaries is a new birthday for you. Because the person that's going to be implementing them is not the same person that feel like they didn't need them. Death and birth go hand in hand. I remember I made some art a while back that was called Death, Life, Karma. So it's funny that karmic path is coming up and new life is coming up and talking about death. Death, life, karma. Because they're consistently working with each other, consistently moving and operating away with each other. It's like fire on a wheel, just spinning, not out of control. As soon as I said that, guess what came out? Healer. It's spinning, not out of control, but on a way, on a guideline, on a understanding. That even when I feel like I slipped up or fucked up, and you may have, you still can make a difference. You still can make a shift. I had a friend, and they were talking, we would just have our dates or whatever. I'm like, okay, what do you want? And I would say to them, like, you first. Before, during, and after your children, your husband, your mom, your siblings, your dad, all that. You are going to be you. What do you want? How do you for? How are you portraying things? What is going on with you? Because if you're operating in a sense, then now that other factors are coming in, no, my job, I can do that, I can be that. That's also the ending of something and the birth of someone new. I was watching a video today of Chicklet. If you know who they are, Chicklet and Millennia. And he was like, I'm not going to be playing this character anymore, these certain roles anymore. Like, it doesn't benefit me. I realized, like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm in a different part of my life. I'm in a different way of my life. Like, you might see it every now and again as a skit. But me doing that, I realized that I took this personality, this person outside of a skit, outside of just that. And I feel like this is what people was expecting of me when it wasn't even me. Death. And he literally said, I'm ending that. That shit is dead. You are able to do that. You got affluence coming out. You were able to do that at such a broad and wide scale. Truly look at it. Instead of being like, what did I release? What did I input? Depth in there. People put depth in like this huge, heavy thing, and it's like, oh, it's the end. The end is a death. When you truly spiritualize, death is happening at all moments and all times and all ways. So make a list. What have I did? What have I truly put to rest? When I say, God, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to release that. That's a birthday of a person that is recognizing that they can't control and hold on to everything. They can't handle everything. They don't know everything. They're allowing that. The person that can now regulate their emotions versus snapping out. It is so truthful and mindful of you, especially with this affluence card coming in here, to be you. What have you given birth to? Oh yeah, I started a new, sleep regimen, eating habits, the way I dress, the way I walk, the way I talk. I remember in elementary, I was trying to practice my laugh. Different laughs I wanted. because I didn't like my old one. And then I had to dead the idea, like, what the hell? I'm trying to dictate how my expressive emotion for this is going to come out. I don't like that. I'm trying to birth someone that is not real. I'm trying to give birth to someone that is not real. It's a phantom pregnancy. His birth is not going to yield the results that I needed to yield. But this funeral, this death, this rebirth, that's why I call it a rebirth. Because you're born again. I'm sort of like, go get baptized so you can be born again. That's why when somebody do some fucked up shit, they try to go to the religion so they can be seen and born again in a different light. And no, that's in it. That person is dead. That person, no. Because they know the power of a birthday, the significance of it. That's why it is I was making those joints. If you find a spiritual girl, they're gonna ask you your birth time, because it has significance. And when you decided to incept on this realm, on this planet, in this body, in this vessel, it's true. It's enlightening. It's opening. It's accessing something that you didn't even know was possible. Because it's needed. I'm also hearing about false deaths. And remember those times when they would accidentally bury people alive back then because they couldn't really have the structure of knowing when somebody was dead. And so they came up with the system of having like a cord attached to them so that way in case they woke up, they'd be like, oh, they alive down there. Go get them up. They weren't really dead. These near-death experiences, I got a second chance on life. So many things can take you out. And it doesn't even have to physically kill your body. So many things can give you life, and you don't have to go back inside of the womb to become a person again. You are healing self. And I love that karmic path and healer are right next to each other. Sometimes that return to sin is a way of, what's going to, it's going to wreck shop. No, it's going to get you to where you need and want to be. Saturn is a person that does not play around. You say you want to do this, here it is. Can you really want to do it? Can you really want to do it? I love talking to the Jehovah's Witnesses that come. There's one lady in particular. She always comes and usually changes out the person. Shouts out to Ilana. No, I'm not a Jehovah. I'm not not in any Christian religion. And she was talking about, how there's a scripture and how God is going to bring back the dead, literally wake up all the dead and walking around. She was like, they ain't gonna be like zombies. They'll be walking around. I said, that happens all the time. She was like, yeah, but not a spiritual death, an actual death. I would say, yeah, but people sometimes aren't even comfortable with the spiritual death. She was like, isn't that nice for you to see your loved ones? That pastor said, I can talk to them. I can speak to them. They always are here and we remember them. If I feel like the physical body is gone, then the memories are gone with that too. Some people feel. If I'm waiting on somebody to bring me back to life, I'm going to always feel like I'm walking around dead. That's how she was describing it. Like, I'm old, I'm not as young as Friday. I said, I ain't never seen, she literally acted out being as I said, I ain't never seen somebody come to my door and act out being as I'm the way you did. You seem like you got life in you. You also seem to be the main one that come to my door knocking in this hot ass Arizona weather. That's constantly new life. That's constantly rejuvenation. And many times, cause you get it, you get like she's like, you get it, you got it. Like she like, you get it, yeah, I get it. You think you at my door, you mean listen, I'm giving you one. And she sometimes does come when I'm feeling a certain type of way, and I know that spirit is sending because I can get a message from anybody, baby. And she, moments when I'm feeling hopeless, she literally came in with a like hope. It's coming in. It's always there. It's always present. When I was some lost conflicted, she came and here it is. Here it's just like, So you have done your work by coming here and helping me, and now I'm gonna help you. Because if I'm waiting on somebody to bring me back from the dead, once my physical body is gone, then my spirit wasn't even in this vessel to begin with. My soul wasn't in this vessel to begin with. I wasn't living life at all to begin with. I even told her, I was like, there are people that are younger than you that don't feel like they are alive, they are living, that they are happy. That life can be brought to them now. You have an affluence over your life, over what you do, what you create, how you feel, what you're able to conspire for yourself, how you feel and think about yourself. It's prominent. You go through a lot of birthdays. When you write out this list of deaths and birthdays, or funeral and birthday, whatever you want to call it, write down what you have released, let go of, how you no longer think, how you no longer dress, how you no longer feel, how long you no longer act or react in a certain way, how you no longer eat certain things, how you no longer in environments. Even if we just started, I graduated from school. Or shit, I didn't graduate from school. Whatever the fuck it is. Then on the birthday side, on the rebirth side, what have you brought into your life? Which is different a little bit from a grateful list of just being grateful for what you have. What have you birthed? Man, woman, non-binary. What have you birthed? Because you have a lot of birthdays. When you decided to say no. When you decide to really address that motherfucker said they hate it. Because they didn't like it. You know? When you decided on these things and you put action and forth into it. There's so much happening for you, with you, and to you in the best way. You're going through a lot of deaths and rebirths. You're going through a lot of shifts and changes. Final card we got is lucky. And this horseshoe is that protection. I say. That growth, that progression, that truth. And I'm lucky as long as I feel like I am. I'm seeing those videos when people are going and doing those conspiracy theories, going behind the scenes. It's like, that just ruined my childhood. It's the death of an idea, of what you thought. I also wrote something. I put, where is it? I used to text myself a lot. Where? Those that are afraid to do research don't want their truths to be lies. And to go more deeper, And along with the message, those that don't do research, the deep dive, that shadow work, are okay with never having a funeral or a birthday ever again in the spiritual realm and allowing it to affect the physical. They're waiting for the big one, the one that comes every year. Baby, no, you can have it and you should have it now. When you start a new friendship, that is a birthday. Really, another date or not, that is a birthday of you recognizing I can continuously expand my heart space. I can continuously expand my perspective. This is a new thought, like a child being born. They have to expand so much. Whether it is love, the warmth of the womb, food coming in at certain times. Hey, yo, I'm craving some of this. Go get that. To recognizing they can only eat certain things now until they grow and have a depth of that as well. Coming from a preemie baby, I needed that death and rebirth quick. I needed my birthday to come quick. No, it's serious. Recognizing that, taking that in, holding that in your heart space, holding that. I feel, I love. Death is not something that weighs you down. Your birthday also, because sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like celebrating my birthday. You ain't doing all that. I guess I want them to die. Hold on. Endings herald new beginnings. Whether you're physically or spiritually, mentally, emotionally, sexually dying. When people realize, like, oh my God, I'm autistic. Didn't know when they get diagnosed, that is a death of feeling like something was off. And having a birthday of recognizing that new information and being able to work with that. So many things are birthdays. Truly think about it. And then those are deaths. They coexist with each other. I like to say that they're best friends. Now, I have a podcast on that. I should probably repost it on my podcast where I'm talking about death and life and how they literally are the best relationship. Example. They are very unbiased. They are equal. They truly don't see anything but you for who you are, and that's it. They don't judge. They don't condemn. The same way Sam Smith says, everybody prays in the end, everybody dies in the end. You are not living in a shell, a husk. You are truly something that is divine. Come the fuck death card. And it kind of looks like the new life card. It could be reached to y'all, but it sets out to me. They are the best. If you really know what a true loving relationship is, look at death and life. Think about the worst person, like, y'all alive right now? Life is unbiased. Think about somebody that died that you really, truly, they died. Death is unbiased. It does not care about how it looks, how it may affect, because they know it is necessary for the karmic path to continue, for good fortune to reap out and be abundant. It's necessary. Even looking at my baby Kiki, it is necessary. It's a change. So when you write this list, and I'm gonna write it too. When you write this list, recognize that, oh, these kind of coincide. When that happened, that happened. When that happened, when that happened. You're having a birthday each and every moment that you grow, that you learn, that you wake up, that you decide to truly live as a birthday. Allow death to enter your life. It's not here to harm, it's here to help you release, let go, flip things possibly on its head. So, with all this, there is a death and a birth coming. But never get sick. There's a death and a birth. At all points and all moments. What does good fortune look like to you? What does luck look like to you? What is happiness? What is joy? What does hurt look like to you? Pain? What does discomfort look like to you? I'm seeing those videos. I'm gonna pull on my card before I pack this up. Seeing those videos of people that go into those caverns and those small caves, and I just nope. But that is fun. That is exciting. That is somebody living and feeling born again. On the edge. I'm hearing my mom say, "Put you in this world, I can take you out of it." But we got divine feminine. Whether you're man, woman, non-binary, non-gender conforming, all of that. It's a divine feminine that you tap into, that void, that womb. I remember when I was first learning about, transgender people, and I'm okay with asking those stupid questions, because shit, no matter how much we feel like we know something works, people are literally getting eyes replaced. And we was told a while ago people couldn't get their eyes replaced. So things happen. People getting knee surgeries to grow, all the stuff that was told we couldn't do. We don't know what the hell can happen. And I said, can y'all get uteruses? Because I was talking to my trans woman friend. I was like, can y'all get uteruses like when it swaps? She was like, girl, no, no. She was like, I thank you for asking. Like, I love that anytime you ask me a question, because like you truly want to learn, you truly understand, and I know you ride for me, and I seen it. And I was like, yeah, I do, and I will, because I don't play. She was like, I love that you ask these questions, Gina. I was like, because if I don't know, I'm not going to act like I do. I need understanding. That is also the birth of something. The understanding and the death of something, recognizing that there is a shift, this feminine energy. And she did say it's not possible, she said, but there are a few people in different countries that are working on it. The possibility to be able to get that set up and centered. She said, but the anatomy right now is kind of conflicting, and they want to do it in a safe way. But they say in the near future it should be. I said, oh, wouldn't have known if I wouldn't have asked. And I feel like with the divine feminine, it is about asking questions, gathering answers, and that is going to be really necessary with this healer and karmic path and new life. Sometimes you're just asking questions. You may feel stupid. You may feel like, you don't know that. No, I don't. Are you going to tell me now? Because I got a birthday to celebrate. So I can end this death of ignorance, of obliviousness. This divine feminine is coming in. Because there is a womb inside of all of us, whether they're physically or not. There is a void, there's an openness inside of all of us. And all we have to do is ask and utilize it. Set it up in that way. Allow that to be open and allow that to be the investment in your life, especially with the affluence laying on top of all these cards, essentially. It is prominent. It is lighting a fire inside of you. What does this look like to me? A lot of red in here. The divine feminine, the death, the fire. A lot of red. When people are trying to get married, they wear red, not white. Because red is seen as good luck, vibrancy, romance, passion, new creation, new life. When you die, you bleed. They drain out your blood. When you are birth, reborn, you bleed. Got blood and a whole bunch of hair all over you. All that. Mm-hmm. Death has been following me for my entire life, and that's been following you. But life has been hand in hand right with it. It's also why I got the story of Job that the devil talking with the God, the taking away the given. Still got bleep with that story. It's that understanding. There's so much more to you. And there will be continuously so much more. You can have 15 million birthdays in one day. It's the understanding that the longer that I'm here, present, not like a time like, oh, I'm living to 90, the longer that I'm here, presently, the more I can live and better my life for myself. And honor that. So this has been your reading. This has been your dive in. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, my babies. And until next time.